the silent killer is stress, and the stress hormone is cortisol. And this is a very sensitive area to talk about, because pet parents, everybody thinks I'm giving the best to my pet and I'm loving my pet. Pet is my life.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Carmen Milagro, and you're tuned into Wellness 360 as we continue with our 4th season together. Now, it's a fresh new season, and we're growing. We're growing in so many ways. We're broadcasting to 14 new countries, and we're talking to and learning from international guests, healers, doctors, experts, and coaches from across the globe, including Hungary. We're also tackling new topics to elevate your mind, body, as well as spirit. Now, our mission remains the same: to explore the truths about the wellness industry, debunk some myths, share insights, stories, and resources to help you make better informed decisions about your health and well-being. And we're here to inspire you to take charge of your health, your family's health, and to pursue happiness so that you can thrive. Now, whether it's one episode or a season's worth, we're honored and thank you for including us in your world. Now, if you ever need more one-on-one coaching, don't hesitate to reach out. Here's our contact email. It's wellness360carmen@gmail.com. And as always, remember to do your own research and due diligence. The choice to accept or reject any of the information is always in your hands. And again, thank you for allowing us into your lives as we grow and feel better together. And now I'm going to do something a little different. So just to frame this segment of Wellness 360, because we're going to dive into the profound connection between humans and their beloved pets. We'll also explore why owning a pet might just be one of the best decisions you can make for your well-being. And here are the 12 compelling reasons why pets are remarkable for our physical, mental, emotional, and even spiritual health. Number 1, stress reduction. Lower blood pressure is number 2. Number 3 is improved heart health. Number 4, increased physical activity. Reduced loneliness and depression is number 5. Number 6 is enhanced cognitive function. Emotional and social growth in children is number 7. Number 8 is therapeutic benefits. Mindfulness and companionship is number 9. Number 10 is motivation for responsibility. Strengthened immunity is number 11. And number 12 is bridging social connections. Backed by science and research, the American Heart Association, the NIH, the Waltham Center for Pet Nutrition, and numerous animal-assisted therapy studies confirm these benefits. But you don't have to take my word for it. You could go surf the internet and do your own research for more detailed explanations of these various benefits. Research continues to uncover how animals help us lead healthier, happier, and more fulfilling lives. As you think on these points, consider how your life or someone else's might be enriched by the joy of owning a pet. And that begs the question: what can humans do to facilitate longer, healthier lives for their precious pets? Joining us from Hungary is Mr. Endre Nagy, the founder of Dogtor RX, and he just might have the solution for you today. Dogtor RX emerged from a deep passion for the health and well-being of both humans and animals. It's a common theme. And Andre's vision was to apply the same level of scientific rigor used in human nutrition to pet health, making advanced and holistic solutions accessible for your pets. Endre is dedicated to improving the lives of our beloved canine and feline companions, aiming to provide pain-free golden years and enhanced longevity. Hello, Endre. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us here on Wellness 360.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited that you're here. And before we dive into everything, Endre, I'm just curious, right? With what you know about the show Wellness 360, what made you decide to accept our invitation to be your guest?
Well, it's an honor, first of all, and we do have a mutual connection. And it's always an opportunity for me to empower people. And You said so many things, and I don't know how much time we have.
A few
We
minutes.
take a lot from our pets, and they do give us unconditional love. And do we return? Do we know? Are we mindful what their needs are? And I don't believe all the pet parents fully aware of what a dog's needs are on a daily basis. And I like to dive into that.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is
Thank you.
really my most motivation. Thank you.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I think this is where, well, let's start at the beginning, right? Let's sort of give everyone a little context, a little background. How, when? Was there a specific incident? When did your passion for helping animals, where does it stem from?
My passion from stems from 20 years ago with my partner. Essentially, is my partner in Dogtor RX, and you did make a point that human health very close to animal health. There's always a crossing over, and so the technology, the science behind our product actually stems from human research, and that was my mission in life, and that was the first for me to realize what it can do, and I want to do that. And I've always been a passionate person. I've loved dogs. I've had dogs, grew up with dogs, and I adopted dogs. But when in my life 20 years ago, realized what I'm given, and that I need to take that to the world, and it's a very unique product we're going to talk about. Just
Well,
give me all the power that I wanted to give, and then this is what I'm keep on doing, and that's fine. So thankful for you inviting me on this show.
yes, thank you. And well, and let's get into the science of what you've created, because I think it's really important. I mentioned earlier all the rigorous testing and all of that scientific background, but if you don't mind breaking it down, I understand you've got two products that help, right? But let's break it down so that our viewers and our listeners can understand it in more layman's terms, let's say.
I will try to do it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
It's quite scientific. To keep it simple, the first product, which is Age Defense, actually has embryonic peptides, oligopeptides, or bioactive peptides. They are essentially activated protein fragments. And during partial incubation of a pathogen-free egg, develop these oligopeptides, these embryonic peptides. And they contain, or they enrich with, growth factors. Now, growth factors are not to be confused with growth hormones. Growth factors regulate embryonic development, growth, and later in life, maintain or regulate the body's disrupted endocrine system. And not to get too scientific, but just like as humans, dogs got many, many glands in the endocrine system. One of them, which is the adrenal gland, we have two of them. The dogs got two of them on their kidneys, their pea size, and they produce cortisol. And cortisol is the stress hormone. So this is something I want to talk about.
Sure.
Now, the other product that we have is a gut defense product.
Mm-hmm.
That came a little bit later, and I do have almost 10 years of experience in the human market, because environmental toxins that infiltrated our food supply are endangering our lives, endangering our pet's life, endangering our gut health. And what I mean specifically is herbicides, chemicals like the Roundup chemical glyphosate is everywhere. And if we're not mindful and we can't read the small print on our food labels, then we might be giving our loved dogs foods, crops, and I'm going to get more detailed into that, how to avoid, which can lead to, leaky gut. A leaky gut might be, resonate to some viewers, but it can lead to autoimmune diseases. Then it's a host of problems. Okay. These are our core products and the science behind it.
Well, thank you, because you're making the correlation. I think a lot of adults, a lot of people are aware or are suffering from leaky gut. But this is something new. I never associated that our pets could also have the same illness, right? The same.
Correct.
So that's very interesting. So what is potentially what I'm hearing you say is, what is happening for us as humans is also happening to our pets.
Absolutely.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
so the diet is very essential and key. Obviously, metabolic syndrome and what we call civilized diseases, exactly affect obesity, diabetes. They all affect and impact the lives of our pets.
Got it. And I think this is where you're going to go into a little bit more detail, because you've talked about the silent killer, and you have a story, I believe, about Ace. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes. Viewers, hopefully, after the interview, will be or want to go on our website, and there where they can see the full story of Ace. Yes, the silent killer is stress, and the stress hormone is cortisol, and this is a very sensitive area to talk about, because pet parents, everybody thinks I'm giving the best to my pet, and I'm loving my pet. That is my lap. If it's a smaller dog, the bigger dog, I hug him like a big bear. Point being, dogs process stress completely different like us humans. We can go do things, drink, smoke, whatever. But a pet cannot. A pet depends on us. They give our unconditional love, the obedience, the service, and the vulnerability, depending on us, co-depending. It's really what makes and drives cortisol production. And again, no offense to any pet parent, but just to think on a daily routine, and if you don't have a good daily routine for your pet, you might be running into the cortisol issues. Now, you won't notice anything until you actually have frequent urination, belly fat. Again, we can refer back to the human metabolic problems and issues, and that's when you really need to be aware of what's going on. And yes, everybody, of course, goes to the vet. Vets are good there for you to do diagnosis. But it's key for people to understand that stress affects dogs deadly. Cortisol and Cushing's disease is a full-blown diagnosis, whereas it's very rare in humans. There's not that much Cushing's disease in humans. It's very often and very common in dogs.
Wow. That's, I think that is, go ahead.
No, I just didn't finish up. The story of Ace is working dogs, police dogs, fire rescue service, search dogs are especially vulnerable because of their intensive training and the daily routines. And we always have ongoing studies, and this was 4 years ago, where we had called on partners that introduced or invited aged, seriously injured dogs into the study. And this 11-year-old Labrador Retriever, the cutest, everybody will see the video, developed a very severe case of inflammatory arthritis because of, again, the incentive trainings in the left front paw and in the fingers, to the point that Ace was immobile and disabled, could not use that leg. It was just dangling in the air. He was hopping on 3 legs, essentially. Now, for many years, many products were tried, medication, therapies, but until Dogtor RX came and we did a triple and a double dose for 53 days, eventually the inflammation was gone and Ace regained full control of his leg. And if people see this video, it's quite long. It's 5.5 minutes, and it goes through 4 segments: day 0, day 17, day 32, and then day 53. People won't believe the difference, because at the end, Ace is rolling around playing with his buddy like nothing to it. Okay, but before, he was a limp, disabled dog.
Wow, that is incredible, and I think it is important. Right, and people should go and check this out. And I think that kind of leads us into why is your product so good? Like, why does it work so well? I think that's the next logical question.
Well, and the logical answer is mobility is longevity. So if you have mobility, you got longevity. And it's, again, same for us humans. If we're active, and active, I mean, yeah, let's go to the gym, let's exercise, watch what we eat. But it's really activity, it's mobility. Our dogs will come around and be there and not whine and not complain until the very last minute. But what about if you're able to provide them that mobility, the freedom of mobility? And like you said in your introduction, it gives us 10, 12 reasons to have a dog. Well, it's draining on our dogs. So give back, give him out, take him to the park, give him exercise. Obviously, you have a Yorkie, does not require as much dog as a Labrador or even a bigger dog that you run and take him for long walks. Mental activity is just as important as human activity. I mean, as a body activity. Dogs, believe it or not, they sniff around. They're like, search the net or read social media. That's their news. Every day, they have to have that stimulation, and I know it because I experienced it. So if these conditions are met and every day, and the best if it's the same time every day, and on top of it, a very balanced nutritional diet, and the key is the 3 macronutrients: the fats, the proteins, and the carbs. They have to be in good balance. Please try to avoid, fast carbs and, crops like corns and soy and other commonly used ingredients, because they're cheap commodity products and they are danger of being glyphosate exposed. So, and I know there's so many products on the market, and that's another discussion. But again, if we give our pets those 3 things, mental activity, physical activity, and well-balanced diet, we're doing our fair share, and then they will give us the love, the long-lasting,
For a
companionship.
period of time.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
This is why I'm thinking that our product is different from others, because other products that address hip and joint issues are like green leaf muscle extract, glucosamine, chondroitin sulfate, and likes, can address and will do good, not necessarily in a very severe case like ACE, and I'm willing to challenge that. And in fact, we do have a vitality challenge on our website where we ask people to join, and they can get not only a 50%, but also a money-back guarantee. And I'm giving my word. If for whatever reason you don't get the result you expected and the improvement, just send me back the empty bottle, but do finish the 1-month course. Now, also the gut health aspect, I think we are new and first to market with this gut defense, just as it's coming to. And I've not heard of leaky gut cases. We work with several veterinarians, and it hasn't surfaced just yet. Cushing's is a major problem. Metabolic syndrome, diabetes is a major problem. And our product, Age Defense with the oligopeptides, can address. In fact, we are going to conduct a study on this soon, so we'll be happy to share the results.
Fantastic. And I know, I mentioned earlier, you're based in Hungary, but you also lived here in the United States. And of course, the world market is open to everyone because we can go on your website. So for those viewers and listeners who want more information about your product, about, the story about ACE, they want to see the video, how do they connect with you? Where do they go for that information?
Well, we do have a fully informative website, www.Dogtor RX. So it's Dogtor RX. Okay. And not only ACE, but other incredible stories of recoveries. Also, the many veterinarians that we have on our websites that use our products and were there with us. We've been around for 20 years, since 2005, the launch of our product. We had some veterinarians, our local veterinarian in Belmont, California, Dr. Eva Ackerman, who conducted the first clinical study and reported amazing results. And we have the former Holistic Association president, Dr. Gerard Bukoff, and others. We have a toll-free number, 833-Dogtor-X, 364-6879, where we have staff to answer questions. But also on our website, we have a Ask the Doctor, which is a section for frequently asked questions. And there, literally, you can read clinical studies, toxicity studies, everything you would want to know and be questioning. And I understand there's a lot of products in the market. People are skeptical, and do your due diligence, please, and come and read it all.
Fantastic. Thank you. Because that is what we advise everyone every time because it is important that you yourself, right? You, the viewer, you, the listener, do your own research, right? It takes a moment, you sure, but then now you've got the information so that you can make that decision for yourself or your pet. And I'm really excited that we were able to cover, the basics here, and that they can go to your website for more information. And before I let you go, and you've given us so much great advice, but do you have maybe one or two more top tips to help your pet's health?
I think just again, be mindful of the food you give your dogs. So now I think I awoke some questions in people that now are going to go to, and this is not our website. We are not going to go into the details and have a list of do's and don'ts, but I think it's just good common sense. Avoid GMO for sure. Try to do all natural. Watch those macronutrients and their balance. And also, again, just follow those daily routines. Every day, same time, morning, evening, both physical and mental activity. And I think then you're doing it. And then besides hug your dog as many times as you can, talk to your dogs. We talk to our dogs all the time. We treat it like a child,
Right. Exactly.
It's
wonderful. Thank you. I really appreciate all this information that you were so gracious to share with our viewers and our listeners. Thank you so much, Endre.
You're welcome, Carmen.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And for all of our viewers and all of our listeners, again, thanks for tuning into Wellness 360. And if you want more information, contact us on the email wellness360carmen@gmail.com, or follow us on the socials. We're on Facebook and all of them, I think. We're around Wellness 360 or Carmen Milagro. You can look me up as well. And you will have a chance to scan our QR code at the end of this episode. So yeah, anytime you have questions, you can contact us. If you have specific questions for Dr. RX, go to their website and you can get the information that we sort of touched on today. I think we downloaded a lot of great information. Endre Nagy, thank you so much for your expertise, for your passion, for your heart, that you care so much about our pets, and you're sharing this information and your products with the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I'm Coach Carmen, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.